Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt lost? Like no matter what you do, nothing is working? Like you're stuck, watching everyone else move forward while you stay in the same place? I know that feeling. That hollow ache in your chest when you look around and everyone seems to have it figured out except you. When you scroll through social media and see people living their dreams while you're still trying to figure out what yours even are, you're not alone in this. Millions of people wake up every single day feeling exactly the same way. But here's what I want you to understand. What separates those who break free from those who stay stuck isn't talent, isn't luck, isn't even circumstances. It's something much more powerful, and it's something you already possess. You wake up every day, but nothing changes. The alarm goes off. You drag yourself out of bed and you go through the motions. Another day, another dollar, another step toward nowhere in particular. Sound familiar? Let's talk about that confusion you're feeling right now. That fog that clouds your vision every time you try to see your future clearly. You start a project with enthusiasm, but 3 weeks in, you're questioning everything. You make plans, set goals, write them down with the best intentions, and then life happens. Responsibilities pile up, distractions multiply, and before you know it, those dreams you were so excited about are collecting dust in the back of your mind. The failure hits different, doesn't it? Not just the big, obvious failures that everyone can see. I'm talking about those quiet failures, the promises you made to yourself that you didn't keep. The opportunities you let slip by because you weren't ready, weren't confident enough, weren't brave enough to reach out and grab them. You see your high school classmates buying houses, getting promotions, starting families, launching businesses. Meanwhile, you're still trying to figure out what you want to be when you grow up, even though you've been grown up for years now. The comparison game is brutal, and it feels like everyone got a handbook for life that you somehow missed. Being behind in life, that's a special kind of pain, isn't it? It's not just about age or milestones. It's about feeling like you're running a race where everyone else got a head start. They seem to know secrets you don't know, have connections you don't have, possess confidence you can't seem to find no matter how hard you look. You've tried, haven't you? You've read the books, watched the videos, listened to the podcasts. You've made vision boards and written affirmations. You've tried meditation, tried networking, tried working harder, tried working smarter, but somehow the needle never seems to move. The bank account stays the same, the opportunities don't materialize, the relationships don't deepen, and the dreams remain just that, dreams. And the worst part? People around you offer their well-meaning advice. Just be patient. Good things come to those who wait. Everything happens for a reason. Your time will come. But patience feels like a luxury you can't afford when rent is due and your peers are already 3 steps ahead. You start to wonder if maybe you're just not cut out for success. Maybe some people have it and some people don't. Maybe you're meant to be average, to blend into the background, to watch from the sidelines while others live the life you've been dreaming about. The voice in your head gets louder every day. It tells you you're too old to start over, too inexperienced to compete, too ordinary to stand out, too late to make a real difference. That voice becomes so familiar, so constant, that you start to believe it's telling the truth. But here's the truth, and I need you to really hear this. You're not lost. You're just uncomfortable. That feeling you've been interpreting as failure, that restlessness, that dissatisfaction, that hunger for something more. That's not weakness. That's your potential calling out to you. That's your soul refusing to settle for mediocrity. That discomfort you're feeling isn't a sign that something's wrong with you. It's a sign that something's right with you. You see, comfort is the enemy of greatness. When you're comfortable, you stop growing, you stop pushing, you stop reaching for more. But that uncomfortable feeling you've been trying to escape, that's where transformation lives. That's where breakthroughs are born. Every single person who has ever achieved anything meaningful has felt exactly what you're feeling right now. The difference is they learn to interpret that discomfort differently. Instead of seeing it as a problem to solve, they saw it as fuel for their journey. Think about it. When does a butterfly emerge from its cocoon? When it gets comfortable in there? No. It emerges when the cocoon becomes too small, too limiting, too uncomfortable to contain what it's becoming. The discomfort isn't the problem. The discomfort is the signal that you're ready for the next level. You've been waiting for certainty, haven't you? Waiting for the perfect plan, the perfect moment, the perfect conditions. But here's what successful people know that you haven't learned yet. Certainty is an illusion. Nobody who ever built something meaningful had all the answers when they started. They just started anyway. The confusion you're feeling? That's normal. That's human. The most successful entrepreneurs, artists, leaders, and innovators in history all went through periods of confusion. The difference is they kept moving through the confusion instead of letting it paralyze them. Your timeline doesn't have to match anyone else's. Society has convinced us that success follows a specific schedule. Graduate by 22, establish a career by 25, buy a house by 30, have it all figured out by 35. But that's not how real life works. That's not how real success works. Some of the most successful people in history didn't find their calling until their 40s, 50s, even 60s. Ray Kroc was 52 when he started McDonald's. Laura Ingalls Wilder was 65 when she published her first Little House book. Grandma Moses didn't start painting until she was 78. Your age isn't a limitation, it's an asset. Every year you've lived, every experience you've had, every challenge you've overcome has been preparing you for what's coming next. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be to become who you're meant to become. But you have to stop fighting the process and start embracing it. The people you admire, the ones who seem to have it all figured out, they don't. They're just better at moving forward despite not having it all figured out. They've learned to dance with uncertainty instead of being paralyzed by it. Growth doesn't feel good. Let me say that again, because this is crucial. Growth doesn't feel good. Success doesn't feel easy, but that's the price. We've been conditioned to believe that if something feels hard, if something feels uncomfortable, if something doesn't come naturally, then we must be doing it wrong. But that's the biggest lie we've ever been told. The things worth having, the life worth living, the person worth becoming, none of that comes easily. When you're at the gym and your muscles are burning, that's not a sign to stop. That burning is the signal that growth is happening. The same principle applies to every area of your life. When building your business feels overwhelming, when developing new skills feels impossible, when changing your habits feels like swimming upstream, that's not failure, that's progress. Think about every meaningful achievement in your life. Did any of them come easily? That degree you earned, was studying for those finals comfortable? That relationship you built, did it deepen without effort and difficult conversations? That skill you developed, did mastery come without hours of frustration and practice? The discomfort you're avoiding is the exact discomfort that successful people have learned to embrace. They've made peace with the fact that extraordinary results require extraordinary effort. An extraordinary effort rarely feels extraordinary in the moment. It feels hard. It feels uncertain. It feels like maybe you're not cut out for this. But here's the shift in thinking that changes everything. Stop trying to feel ready and start being ready. Stop waiting for confidence to find you and start building it through action. Stop looking for permission from the world and start giving yourself permission to try, to fail, to try again. Every expert was once a beginner. Every master was once a disaster. Every success story started with someone who felt exactly like you feel right now, uncertain, unprepared, and unsure if they had what it takes. The difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't talent. It's tolerance. Tolerance for discomfort. Tolerance for uncertainty. Tolerance for temporary failure on the path to permanent success. You want to know what separates the top 1% from everyone else? It's not intelligence. There are brilliant people struggling financially. It's not connections. There are well-connected people living mediocre lives. It's not even opportunity. There are people with incredible opportunities who never capitalize on them. What separates the elite from the average is their relationship with discomfort. Average people avoid discomfort at all costs. Elite people use discomfort as a compass, pointing them toward their next breakthrough. When most people feel resistance, they retreat. When elite people feel resistance, they lean in. When most people encounter obstacles, they see roadblocks. When elite people encounter obstacles, they see training equipment. This is your shift moment, right now. You can continue to interpret discomfort as a sign that you're on the wrong path, or you can start to see it as proof that you're on the right one. You can keep waiting for life to get easier, or you can start getting stronger. The path you're on right now, this confusing, difficult, uncertain path, this isn't the detour from your destiny. This is the path to your destiny. This is how diamonds are formed. This is how steel is forged. This is how champions are made. You are stronger than you think. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care how many times you've failed. I don't care how many people have told you that you can't do it. You are stronger than you think. You've survived 100% of your worst days. Think about that for a moment. Every challenge that felt like it would break you, you're still here. Every crisis that seemed insurmountable, you found a way through. Every heartbreak that felt permanent, you healed. Every failure that felt final, you recovered. You are not weak. You are not fragile. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a survivor, a warrior, a force of nature that has been temporarily convinced that you're powerless. But power was never something you needed to find. It was always something you needed to remember. You are capable. More capable than you've been giving yourself credit for. You've been focusing so much on what you can't do, what you don't know, what you don't have, that you've forgotten about everything you can do, everything you've learned, everything you've already accomplished. Make a list right now. Show in your mind of every challenge you've overcome in the last 5 years, every skill you've developed, every relationship you've built, every fear you've faced, every mountain you've moved. That's not luck. That's not accident. That's capability. That's proof of what you're made of. You are built for this. Not just equipped for this, built for this. Every struggle you've endured wasn't random punishment from the universe. It was preparation. Every rejection wasn't evidence of your inadequacy. It was redirection towards something better. Every failure wasn't proof of your limitations. It was education for your elevation. The challenges you're facing right now aren't here to break you. They're here to build you. They're here to forge you into the person capable of handling the success that's coming your way. Because success without strength is unsustainable. Wealth without wisdom is temporary. Achievement without character is hollow. You've been in training your entire life for this moment. This moment when you finally realize that you don't need permission, you don't need perfect conditions, and you don't need to feel ready. You just need to begin. You are stronger than your excuses. You are more powerful than your fears. You are greater than your past mistakes. You are bigger than your current circumstances. You are built for more than you've been settling for. That voice in your head that keeps telling you you're not enough. That's not your voice. That's the voice of every person who ever projected their limitations onto you. That's the voice of a society that profits from your insecurity. That's the voice of mediocrity trying to keep you company in the land of average. But your real voice, the one that's been whispering to you in quiet moments, the one that gets excited about possibilities, the one that dreams bigger than your current reality, that voice is telling the truth. Listen to that voice. Trust that voice. Follow that voice. You are capable of things you haven't even imagined yet. You have potential you haven't even tapped into yet. You have strength you haven't even needed yet. But you're going to need it all because what's coming next in your life is going to require everything you've gotten more. The world needs what you have to offer, not someday when you're ready, not eventually when you figured it all out. Right now, today. The solution someone is desperately searching for lives inside your experience. The inspiration someone desperately needs exists in your story. The leadership someone desperately wants to follow is waiting to emerge from your courage to step up. You are built for this. This challenge, this opportunity, this moment of decision, everything in your life has been preparing you for what comes next. And what comes next starts with a choice. The choice to believe in yourself as much as the people who love you believe in you. The choice to bet on yourself as much as you've been betting against yourself. Stop waiting. Just stop. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. Stop waiting for more money. You'll never have enough. Stop waiting for more time. There's never enough. Stop waiting for permission. No one's going to give it to you. Stop waiting for confidence. It comes from action, not contemplation. Stop doubting. That voice that keeps asking, what if it doesn't work? Start asking, what if it does? That fear that keeps whispering, you're not qualified. Start listening to the truth that shouts, you're more qualified than you think. That doubt that keeps suggesting maybe you should wait. Start hearing the urgency that demands maybe you should start. Doubt is not protection. It's not keeping you safe from failure. It's keeping you safe from success. It's not preventing disappointment. It's guaranteeing it. Because the biggest disappointment isn't trying and failing. The biggest disappointment is never trying at all. Stop wasting time. Time is the one resource you can never get back. And you've been spending it like you have an unlimited supply. Every day you spend in indecision is a day someone else is using to build what you've been dreaming about. Every hour you spend in hesitation is an hour someone else is using to create the life you've been planning. Time doesn't care about your fears. Time doesn't wait for your confidence. Time doesn't pause for your preparation. Time keeps moving with or without you. The question isn't whether you have time. The question is what you're going to do with the time you have. Start now, not tomorrow. Not next week, not after you've read one more book, taken one more course, made one more plan. Now, today, this moment, with what you have, where you are, as you are. The perfect plan will never come together in your mind. It comes together through action. The clarity you're seeking will never arrive through thinking. It arrives through doing. The confidence you're waiting for will never develop in isolation. It develops through engagement. Start now means make the phone call you've been avoiding. Send the email you've been drafting in your head for months. Have the conversation you've been rehearsing. Take the first step you've been planning. Apply for the opportunity you've been considering. Launch the project you've been perfecting. Start now means stop researching and start testing. Stop planning and start building. Stop preparing and start performing. Stop thinking and start doing. Stop waiting and start creating. The world doesn't need another person with good intentions. The world needs another person with good actions. Your intentions don't change lives, your actions do. Your dreams don't create impact, your decisions do. Your potential doesn't solve problems, your participation does. You know what you need to do. You've known for weeks, months, maybe years. You've been waiting for external validation of what you already know internally. You've been seeking confirmation of what your intuition has been telling you all along. The time for waiting is over. The time for doubting is over. The time for wasting time is over. This is your moment. This is your chance. This is your time. Start now. Doesn't mean start perfectly. It means start messily, start imperfectly, start with what you have and figure out the rest as you go. Every master started as a disaster. Every expert began as an amateur. Every success story started with someone who decided to start before they felt ready. The people living the life you want didn't wait until they were ready. They started before they were ready and got ready along the way. They didn't wait for the right conditions. They created the right conditions through their actions. Your future self is depending on the decision you make right now. The life you want to live is waiting for the courage you're about to show. The person you're meant to become is ready for the action you're about to take. Start now. Most people will listen to this message and go back to their old habits. Most people will feel inspired for a moment and then return to their comfortable routines. Most people will nod their heads in agreement and then continue living the same life they were living yesterday. But if you're serious about changing your life, prove it. Prove it by taking action within the next 24 hours, not next week, not when you feel more ready, within the next 24 hours. Make one decision, take one step, start one conversation, send one message, make one commitment that moves you closer to the life you actually want to live. Prove it by refusing to let another day pass without progress. Small progress counts, imperfect progress counts, messy progress counts, but no progress, that doesn't count. That's just another day of the same life you've been living, dressed up as a different day. Subscribe to this journey, not just to this channel, but to this new way of living. Subscribe to showing up even when you don't feel like it. Subscribe to taking action even when you're scared. Subscribe to believing in yourself even when others don't. And start showing up every single day. Not just on the days when motivation strikes. Not just on the days when you feel confident. Every single day. Because consistency is what transforms dreams into reality. Consistency is what turns potential into power. Consistency is what makes ordinary people extraordinary. Most people treat their dreams like a hobby, something they do when they have extra time and energy. But if you want extraordinary results, you have to treat your dreams like your life depends on them, because it does. Your future life, your fulfillment, your legacy, it all depends on what you do with this moment right here, right now. Because this is where your new life begins. Not someday, not eventually, not when conditions are perfect. Right here, right now, with this decision, with this commitment, with this moment of choosing growth over comfort, Or action over hesitation, courage over fear. Your old life is officially over. The person you were yesterday with all their excuses and limitations and fears, that person doesn't exist anymore. The person listening to these words right now, feeling this fire, making this commitment, that's who you are now. That's who you're becoming. This is where your new life begins. What are you going to do with it?